Welcome back to Lawn Dude Unearth, where we like to dive into whatever topic comes to mind each and every week. Every week we have an installment on mental health because it's important, man. You got to check on your people. You got to check on your people and have your people check on you. It is important, man. It's important to me that we continue to have discussions on mental health because it's just not talked about enough. Now we're going to cue the intro. I like to go ahead and take care of these pleasantries for all those who power Lawn Dude Unearth and help us to bring this content to you each and every week. Now, if you're looking for a high quality, eco conscious apparel that reps your passion for the outdoors, you need to check out Finprint Apparel. And don't forget to use our code, man, DUDE10. Once again, DUDE 10 at checkout will save you 10%. Again, that's Finprint Apparel. They will give you a good little splash on your uniforms. If you haven't checked out our video of how different our uniforms are, go check it out right now, either on YouTube or Instagram. Also, I'd like to go ahead and shout out the fact that we're powered by Petra Tools, who is bringing you top-tier equipment to keep your lawn game strong. Whether you need sprayers, various lawn landscape products, or battery-powered solutions, Petra Tools has you covered. And they also have like mulch glue, and they got the lawn paint. They got a little bit of everything, man. Just go check out their website. Support the brands that support us, man. These are the brands that support Lawn Dude Unearth. I like to keep growing as a company, as a podcast. So I definitely have no problem shouting out those who decided to give us the opportunity. And we beyond appreciate it. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another Truck Talk. Welcome back to Lawn Dude Unearth. So today I actually would like to talk about something that's been weighing kind of heavily, And I know a lot of people listening to this podcast right now are dealing with the same situation. It's two things that happen to a lot of not just business owners, but more specifically those in the lawn and landscape industry. And those two things are mental health and burnout. So, first things first, I'm going to say, man, is did you check on your people, man? Did you check on your people? And did you have your people check on you? It is beyond important to check on your people, man, to check on your folk. And it's definitely important to have that village that's around you and can check on you as well. So, now that I got that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and say, man, this isn't going to be a perfect episode, man. I don't expect none of my episodes to be perfect. This isn't going to be like, tips or tricks about how to do it in the business. You know what I mean? This isn't going to be fake positivity. That's just not what I do. I give you the real deal, Holyfield. I keep it 100 with y'all each and every week. So this podcast, man, it's about me being real. It's about what it feels like to be exhausted mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and still trying to show up, still trying to keep that smile on your face, still trying to be positive influence for everyone around you, showing no signs of weakness because you feel like you can. So, lately I can go ahead and admit, for me, I can speak for myself. I've been running on fumes, man. Between, business stress, financial pressure, family responsibilities, and just life in general, man. Like what we be saying to each other, life be lifing. Sometimes I felt tapped out. You know, I can straight up say I wake up tired every day. I go to bed tired every day. And, I'm in the field just trying to keep up. And on the inside, I'm running low sometimes. At least I feel like I am. That's burnout. But it's deeper than just being tired. It's sometimes feeling like the joy for maybe the career that you have. It's sometimes feeling that joy is like gone. Like you're doing everything you were supposed to, but you're somehow feeling like legit disconnected. And in my case, sometimes it just feels like giving, and sometimes nobody sees how heavy it is. Especially if you're like in a service industry, you might have family that sees how heavy it is, but a lot of times they don't. Because, speaking from my own personal experience, when you kind of try not to show that weakness, a lot of times, even those closest to you may not know how much you're actually going through. How much pressure you feel like you're dealing with. Pause. And, here's what I've been learning. Sometimes burnout is God's way of saying, slow down. You're doing too much in your own strength. You're literally doing too much. Doing the most. It's also reminding me to pray before I panic. To rest without guilt, which I still struggle with that one. I'm going to tell you right now, if I feel like I have some work to do, it's hard for me to rest. It's hard for me to sleep. It's also taught me how to speak up when I'm struggling and not isolate. This one has been huge over the last month. I've had to have vulnerable conversations with those closest to me, those in my circle, even vendors, and let them know, the struggles that we're currently having with just how the current economy is right now. But most of all, for anyone in the situation, remember that you're not alone in this. So, like I just said, anyone who is going through this situation, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're feeling overwhelmed, listen. You are not weak. You are not lazy. You are human. You never meant to carry it all, man. You were never meant to carry it all. That right there is what grace is for. That's what community is for. And that's what God is for. You got to put your trust in God. 110, 100,000, 100,000,000%. You have to give it to God. You have to trust God. So take a breath, take a break, take your time because your mental health matters more than any deadline, client, or grind ever will. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I have another podcast that I recorded yesterday. Pretty sure I got to go through and edit that. So it's probably coming after this podcast right here. And that podcast will straight up tell you that I just learned straight up a lesson that I had to keep learning, and now I've just had enough. Where I learned that it's rare that you find a client that actually values you as much as you really think they do. A lot of them, or better yet, majority of them, do not. Majority of them don't care. Majority of them will jump to the person that's cheaper on a service than you are. You know what I mean? So it's like you jump through hoops, this, that, and the third. And I say all that because what I'm saying right here is, once again, your mental health matters more than any deadline, client, or grind ever will. So now you understand why I just said what I said. If you're not being put up, on that pedestal that, we all tend to think we're put up on by clients, why should we do the same when we need to be resting? Instead of rushing around trying to do everything, every time somebody says we need to go do it. Take a breath, man. Relax. But I appreciate you for listening today. This episode right here, it was from the heart, man. Like, for real. So if I connected with you on this, or this is something that you're experiencing, do me a favor. Share it with someone else who might need to hear this, so they know they are not alone. I hope once again you understand you are not alone. So until next time, stay grounded, stay honest, and don't forget, you can't pour from an empty cup. And God didn't design us to burn out. Let me say that again for the people in the back. You can't pour from an empty cup. And remember, God didn't design you to burn out. So y'all take it easy. Y'all be blessed. Peace.
Thank you for listening to Lon Dude on Earth. We talk about all kinds of things here. The good stuff, the tough stuff, and everything in between. If you like the show, please give us a 5-star review. You can find us on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. Thanks for tuning in, and have a blessed day.